All right, let's just jump right in. What if I told you that the single most common piece of exercise advice for people over 60 is, well, not the best? We've all heard it a million times. Walking is the key to staying active as you age. But what if there's something out there that's way more effective? So that's the big question we're really digging into here. Is that daily walk truly the best thing you can do to keep your body strong, to stay independent, and to really future-proof your health for the decades ahead? Well, the answer might just shock you. Because according to a huge, and I mean huge, 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen, the answer is a flat-out no. Researchers tracked 8,000 adults over the age of 60, and they discovered that a specific set of exercises just blew traditional walking routines out of the water. The results were, well, they were unbelievable. Okay, let's look at the numbers, because this is where it gets crazy. The group that traded their walks for these targeted exercises, they saw a 73% reduction in their risk of falling. Think about that. Falls are one of the single biggest threats to our independence as we get older. A 73% drop isn't just good, it's a complete game changer. And it gets even better. They also got an 89% increase in their overall strength. But here's the real kicker. They got these incredible results while exercising for 40% less time than the group that was just walking. So we're talking about almost double the strength in way, way less time. So what are these 5 exercises? We're going to count them down starting with numbers 5 and 4. These two are all about building that real-world functional strength that you need for everyday life. Coming in at number 5, we have the wall push-up with a hold. Now, I know this looks simple, but don't let that fool you. The science behind it is incredibly powerful. You see, after age 60, we can lose up to 3% of our muscle mass every single year. This exercise is a direct attack on that loss, building the upper body strength you need for everything from carrying groceries to catching yourself if you trip. So here's how you do it right. Stand an arm's length away from a wall with your palms flat. Now, the magic isn't in how many you do, it's in the tempo. You slowly lean in, and then you hold it for 3 to 5 seconds. That hold right there is the secret sauce. It creates something called time under tension, which is so much more effective for building muscle after 60 than just banging out quick reps. Then you slowly push back out. It's all about control, not speed. All right, let's move on to number 4, seated leg lifts. And again, don't let the seated part make you think this is easy. This specific exercise is directly tied to improving your walking speed. And you know what? A lot of doctors are now calling walking speed the 6th vital sign because it's such a great predictor of your overall health and how long you'll live. The secret here is a concept called unilateral training. All that means is working one leg at a time. And why is that so great? Because it fixes all those little muscle imbalances we develop over the years, the ones that make us feel a bit wobbly. To do it, just sit up straight, slowly extend one leg out, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then slowly lower it back down. This targets the exact muscles you need to climb stairs or just get up out of your favorite chair without any effort. Okay, we're moving up the list to exercises 3 and 2. And now the focus is shifting to 2 things that are just absolutely non-negotiable for staying independent: balance and power. At number 3, we've got standing heel raises with a balance challenge. Now, you probably don't think about your calves all that often, right? But check this out. A huge study from the National Institute on Aging found that calf strength was the single best predictor of whether someone over 60 would be able to live independently. Yeah, your calves are that important. So here's the twist. You stand behind a chair for a little support, rise up on your toes, and then at the very top, you try to balance for 3 seconds, looking straight ahead. That little challenge fires up your vestibular system, your body's internal gyroscope, and then lowering yourself down slowly over a full 3 seconds, that's where you build all the good stuff, all that strength. And our runner-up at number 2 is the modified squat to a chair. Now, before you say, oh, squats hurt my knees, just listen to this. Other new research shows that when you do this exercise the right way, it can actually reduce knee pain by 58%. It's an absolute powerhouse for your lower body, glutes, quads, hamstrings, you name it. And this is why it's so incredibly important. I mean, just let this quote sink in for a minute. This simple act of standing up from a chair without using your hands is a massive indicator of your health. If you can't do it, your mortality risk is 3 times higher.
This exercise trains that exact movement, making it one of the most vital things you can do for your longevity.
All right, and now for the moment we've all been waiting for, the number one exercise from this entire study. And I'm telling you, this isn't just another exercise. It's a complete solution for both your body and your brain. So, the number one most effective exercise for healthy aging, according to this massive Copenhagen study, is the bird dog hold progression. The researchers themselves called this the single most impactful movement they studied because of its incredible wide-ranging benefits. I mean, just look at this list. The bird dog is like a Swiss Army knife for your body. It hits your core, your balance, and your back health. All the things you'd expect. But it also improves your cognitive function because it forces the two halves of your brain to coordinate. And, get this, it actually builds bone density. Honestly, this was the finding that made researchers' jaws hit the floor. The people who did the bird dog just a few times a week didn't just stop losing bone mass, they reversed it. They saw a 3.2% increase in bone density. Now, when you consider most people over 60 lose about 1% a year, this is like turning back the clock on your skeleton by 4 years. It's incredible. So how on earth is that even possible? Well, the science is called mechanotransduction. I know, it's a mouthful. But basically, all it means is that the unique forces you create in the bird dog position send a powerful signal directly to your cells telling them, hey, build stronger bone, build stronger muscle. You are literally instructing your body to rebuild itself. So what does all this add up to? It's pointing to a totally new way of thinking about exercise as we age. It's a shift towards working smarter, not just longer or harder. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? Just look at the side-by-side comparison. The targeted routine takes less than half the time each week. But the results for strength, for fall prevention, for bone density, they're not even in the same ballpark. It's not about putting in endless hours. It's about giving your body the right signals. And that really leads us to this final powerful idea. It is never too late to start. The research shows this time and time again. People well into their 90s still see amazing improvements. Your body is always, always ready to adapt and get stronger. You just have to give it the right kind of push. And these 5 exercises do exactly that. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Whether it's being able to play on the floor with your grandkids, work in the garden without aching, or even just pop up from your favorite chair, what's that one daily activity you would love to make easier? Because the right kind of movement can absolutely make that a reality.